Dominick Reyes versus Volkan Oezdemir is this weekend at UFC Fight Night London. Okay? And these are two savages at light heavyweight. But I want to just explain something first. Dominick Reyes is a savage. And I'm going with Dominick Reyes in this fight. But I'm going to get into it. Okay? Don't just click off now. Because you've heard me say who I think is going to win. I'm going to go into this shit. Because this is a fight that dictates perfectly how empty the light heavyweight division is. Okay? And people make the argument, like John Jones, Brendan Schaub, I hear a lot make this argument, it's the level of competition. He's in the weight class is so much more stacked. But light heavyweight has been empty for a very long time. It's Gus, DC and Jones, and then everyone else. And even Gus has slanted down a little bit away from DC and Jones. But listen to this. Volkan Oezdemir fights 3 times in the division. Okay? He fights 3 times in the UFC, gets a title shot. That's crazy. That's crazy. Loses the title shot. This is his next fight. He's had 4 fights in the UFC and he's already fought for the title. Dominick Reyes is ranked number 10 with 2 fights in the UFC. And now he's getting his shot at number 5, Volkan Oezdemir. I think he's number 5. I'm not too sure. But either way, it's crazy the way the light heavyweight division works. If you don't know who Dominick Reyes is, he's a savage. He really is a savage. He's the Mexican John Jones, and I don't even know if he's Mexican. What is he? I don't know what he is. It says American, but I highly doubt that. It says American, but I have a feeling that something's not quite right about that, because he does not look American at all. At all. But yeah, I'm thinking he's Hispanic, but he's a savage. I mean, he throws combinations, he's light on his feet, he's a bit smaller than some guys, even though he's going to be taller than Volkan Oezdemir. But even still, this guy, he's got long arms as well, 77-inch reach. I just see him dominating Volkan. I see Volkan Oezdemir coming forward in the first round, trying to land some kind of blitz. Because Dominick Reyes, he just does everything well. He's got a gas tank. I don't know if he's never gone 5 rounds, and I doubt he ever will until he fights for the title, because he's not really a big enough name to headline a main card. But I just don't. He just fights for 3 rounds, bell to bell. And it sometimes looks like he's getting tired in the last round. But I think that's just because he amps his fucking volume up because he knows there's only 3 rounds. Most guys, they get to the end of the 3rd round and they're like, oh, I could go another 2 rounds. That's because you were fucking lazy in those 3 rounds. Dominick Reyes fights like he's fighting 3 rounds. You know? He's as tired as guys are at the end of the 5th or in the 3rd because he just fights non-stop. Leg kicks, 1, 2, uppercut, body kick, knee. He's throwing a jab, double jab now. Leg kick, inside leg kick, straight after. Head kick, here it comes. Watch out, Hispanic head kicks. Okay? He just throws everything. He's like the Mexican John Jones. Okay? Except, like, not on steroids. If you know what I mean. Anyway, Dominick Reyes' wins have got better over time. Especially because he came into the UFC and his debut was against Jared Cannonier, who we now know is a savage at middleweight, and he's moving himself, and he's now ranked in the top 10 at middleweight, I believe. So his win has got better over time, but even then, it's only 2 fights. And his OSP fight, he flattened OSP, absolutely dominated the fight as well, could have finished it in the 1st, but no, he wants to play with OSP. Very nice to look at when he's dominating these guys. And Dominick Reyes is just a savage. And I think he's going to beat Volkan Oezdemir because here's why. I think Volkan Oezdemir is extremely overrated. I think he's just a product of good timing. Okay? He is just a product of really good timing. And the fact that he has time in his nickname is only a coincidence. Because the guy, let's look through his career. He beats OSP by split decision. Okay, it could have gone to OSP. It went to him. Okay, we'll let him off. He makes his debut against a top 15 guy. Fair enough. Split decision. Okay. Then he fights Misha Serkinov, and it's a fucking weird knockout where he just, on his way back, catches Misha Serkinov behind the ear. He has knockout power, but he catches Misha Serkinov. It was like the Cejudo Dillashaw knockout. You know? I'm still salty. It was like that knockout. We just caught him behind the ear. It was weird. But this one was even weirder than the Cejudo Dillashaw one. Because before that, fucking Serkinov was dashing forward, beating the shit out of Volkan. Volkan just goes, clunk, little bit of a clip. Down goes Misha Serkinov. You know? So that happens 28 seconds into the first round. Then he fights Jimmy Manuwa. Now I'm a big fan of Jimmy Manuwa. Jimmy Manuwa is from London. Actually, he's from Manchester, but he lives in London. So I may run into him, but he has the weakest chin at light heavyweight at the moment. Okay, and I don't rate a knockout on him that highly whatsoever. Because with Jimmy Manuwa, anyone in the world can beat him, but you can also get knocked out by him. He throws heavy punches, but I have his chin, Jimmy Manuwa's chin, okay, is just very questionable. But either way, Volkan Oezdemir gets the knockout over him when Jimmy Manuwa was somehow ranked number 3. So that's a whole separate thing. Jimmy Manuwa was ranked number 3 in the division, even though he lost to Gus and Rumble Johnson. Volkan Oezdemir then fights DC, gets dominated, completely dominated. Has some success in the first round, comes out, gets dominated in the second round. DC just fucking out wrestles him and puts his belly on his face and just pounds his face into the oblivion. But Dominick Reyes, I think he's just going to tee off on Volkan Oezdemir in this fight. I really do. I think it's going to happen in one of two ways. I think Dominick Reyes is going to win by decision, and Volkan's going to win the first round maybe, and Dominick's going to come out in the second and the third and dominate. I've got a cold, as you can hear in my voice. Or I think Dominick Reyes is going to get the finish late in the fight at some point, in the second half. Make your own judgment. Make your own judgment about the fight. Very good, though. Very good fight. I look forward to it. Dominick Reyes. Third fight in the UFC again. Here's the thing, though. These light heavyweights, they win fights. They get chucked to the top so early. I hope that doesn't happen to him if he wins this fight. But if you're going to put money down, put it on Dominick Reyes. For sure. And like and subscribe as well. I'm serious.